Hey, what's going on? Welcome to another CyForceX video. Today, I've got something real special for you all. So as many of you know, I'm hella interested in vintage Beyblades. And when I was looking through my marketplace listings, I found that somebody was selling these. These are heavy metal system blades from, I think, 2003. And we're talking the Black Dranzer MS and the advanced Averazer MS. These are amazing blades. I remember the HMS system barely, and it was only out for a very short while. They basically threw in the whole metal system at the very end of the first series of Beyblade. But this has me super excited because Black Dranzer F specifically, is my favorite Beyblade of all time. And to find a Black Dranzer MS, this was wild. Now, these cost me a pretty penny, but I gotta say, these are brand new, never opened, stickers are still fresh, and I can't wait to Trust me, I did consider keeping these sealed, but these are just too cool to not open, to not actually see what they end up. So we're going to start with the advanced Averazer MS, and we're going to toss on the stickers here on this bad boy and see how it comes together. Now, I do realize that because I bought these Beyblades just on their own, I don't have the launch cord. And I think on the launch cord comes a little tool to allow you to kind of screw in the bit piece in place. So this will kind of be a bit of a loose Beyblade until I can find myself the proper tool to turn that little knob. But looking at this Beyblade here, it's crazy how this is essentially what Beyblade X started off as. You've got a metal disc, some incorporated plastics, and it's just a heavier blade overall. It looks a lot more simplified, I think, still, compared to the original plastic generation, but it's still a wicked looking blade. I've never launched any of these blades before in the past, so I'm really excited to see how these ones turn out. Now, these ones I think are quite rare because they came inside what was called a tri-set, and this basically included a base stadium, it included a launcher, and the two Beyblades you're going to see here. If you go online and you look for the tri-set with the Black Dranzer and this advanced Averazer, you'll see that they go around close to 500 Canadian dollars. And that's considering that you get the Black Dranzer and the Averazer and the stadium and the launcher. This is a super vintage item. It's so cool that somebody in my city just had one laying around unopened. Now you'll see here, it's really hard to turn that knob just with your fingers. So I'm going to have to leave it as is. That's going to be the amazing advanced Averazer. That looks really, really cool. And I jumped into Beyblades at kind of a weird time. You got Beyblade X, which is the new generation of Beyblades. And this came out right after the Beyblade Burst generation. But I'm really loving Beyblade X so far, which is why I decided, I want to explore the other metal Beyblades. So after HMS systems, I'll probably check out the Metal Fusion. But let's take a look at the Black Dranzer MS. This is what we've all been waiting for. I gotta say that after all the HMS Beyblades that I've seen, the Black Dranzer is probably my #1 favorite. I think it's the most amazing looking one. Next to Dragoon, I believe, Dragoon MS. There's like a special version of that one. I think that one looks really cool. And then in third place is Wolborg MS. Hopefully, maybe one day I'll be able to fetch all of those. But for now, let's take a look at the Black Dranzer. The Black Dranzer has a tip that you can change. It can go from what looks like a stamina base to an attack base. That looks really nice there. And then we have the attack ring. Look at that with the weighted disc. That looks incredible. Just look at the way the metal is designed on this thing. It looks like a real sick Beyblade. The original color for this is obviously blue for Dranzer, like the Dranzers you see in the back there. But I love how they incorporated the metal amongst the plastic. And the plastic is a really sharp lined plastics. The details are very prominent. So we're going to go ahead and add the stickers and make this come to life. When I was deciding whether or not I wanted to pick up this Beyblade, I had to look around on eBay. I looked around in my other marketplaces, and there's not very many of these around, I believe. Like if you try to look on eBay and try to look at the most recently sold, there's like maybe a handful, less than a handful of Black Dranzers, and there's very few of them that are in pristine condition. I don't think I'm going to launch this one just because I see it as more of a collector's piece. It's definitely not going to go up against, you know, Beyblade X, Drawn Sword, or Hell Scythe. I'm probably not going to put it through any sort of beating, but this is definitely going to be something to display as a collector's piece on my shelf. Now, just like the Averazer, I don't have the little tool to secure this top piece on. I could try it with my fingers, but it's a really tight system, and that makes sense. Made out of metal, you want it to be secure, right? So yeah, I'm not going to be able to tighten that, but at least we can see and take a look. For the front, I don't know if I want to use the Dranzer sticker. I think I'm going to hold off on that. I might end up putting the green sticker instead, but check this out. This looks absolutely amazing. You got the black, the blue, the red. It's got kind of the color elements of Dranzer F minus the green, and so that's why I think maybe for the front or the center I'll put the green one. But you got the red, you got the yellow, very Dranzer-esque. Black Dranzer is just such an amazing looking blade. Absolutely love it. So glad that somebody in my city was selling this. I knew I had to jump on this right away and pick it up. A lot of you younger folks probably don't know this generation of Beyblades, but if you do, let me tell you, this is nostalgic as it gets. Be sure to follow my channel for more videos, and I'll see you all in the next. Peace.